Tech Deals 90, that's 90. Today is July 29th, 2021. It's 7:20 a.m. on a, what is this, Thursday morning. Good morning to you. Possibility of some new subscribers and new viewers. Today, Tech Tales is where I go over my time slips, read time slips from my actual billable work for real world clients. I try to keep these videos to about 10 to 15 minutes in length. I didn't publish one yesterday because I published instead my an online security tips number 3 about Jim Browning's channel being deleted. That's gone crazy. So just to give you a brief update on that as far as the effect on my channel. Now let me make it clear. Jim Browning is going to come out of this with a little bit bump up because of the publicity of his channel. The thing is that no publicity is bad publicity. He'll work this out to where he finds a silver lining for him. Surprisingly, it has a little silver lining for me, and quick update on that. On switching over to my computer number 3 right now. If you search YouTube for Jim Browning channel gone, the first video that shows up is mine. I love that. And if you search Google Jim Browning channel deleted, there's usually some articles there. But anyway, mine is the first video there too. So a little bump for me, and let's see, what does it say? 4.1 thousand views for this video that I published 23 hours ago. That's a huge bump for a little beginning channel like mine. And one of the responses claimed to be the real Jim Browning. It's possible it's a fake, but I kind of think it's probably it might be him. I don't know. Jury's out on that, but let's move forward into time slips. So I don't show you the time slips because I conceal my clients' names. So the first one here is for July 15th, 19 minutes long. It's for the apartment building I referred to as Mike Tango from 10:25 a.m. to 10:44 a.m. on the phone with Romeo. Phone and I use mnemonic names that refer to the initial of the person or the company. Phone and remote support to remove all configurations related to 3 personal email accounts and Microsoft account in preparation for upgrading to Microsoft 365. So her computer still had Office 2010. She needed Microsoft Publisher. So the way we're going to go about that is uninstall Office 2010, install Microsoft 365 for her. Most of the people in the office now are upgraded to Microsoft 365. We do them as needed or as new computers come in. When I worked on her computer in a previous time slip after hours, I put that process on hold because I found that her computer was actually logging in to Windows with a Microsoft account. It's her personal account. And then I found there were 2 other personal Microsoft accounts associated with the computer. So before removing those, I wanted to have a conversation with her about them and discuss the side effect of us removing those accounts from that computer, assure her that her content is all safe. So now that was just a conversation. I didn't actually do the work at that time because that was during business hours. I try to do as much work as I can outside of business hours for the convenience of my clients. Next time slip, also Thursday, July 15th, 1 hour, 14 minutes for the law office whiskey, 3:31 to 4:45 p.m. For Juliet and Romeo in the office. I had a Zoom meeting with them to discuss their workflow and optional infrastructure changes to streamline operations and reduce service calls due to troubles. I've had a lot of time slips in the past that I've reported to you about this situation. They have an email provider, Network Solutions, that is still an IMAP configuration. I have to manually put in incoming and outgoing server names, and it's a serious nuisance. They get email boxes filled up. Now they're working mostly remotely. This office has not gone back to working into the office. They like working remotely. One of their staff people actually moved across the country and is going to continue working remotely that way. So we're going to migrate them to actually working with their data online through Microsoft 365. So I needed to talk to them about how they work, how they interact, because one of the problems that have been happening is they've been emailing huge attachments. The other day, one of their computers just totally died because it had 2 emails trying to go out that were 155 megabyte attachments. Totally insane. You shouldn't go over 10 megabytes in an attachment to be able to safely email that. Then the next one is for the CPA office Sierra from 8:46 a.m. to 9:21 a.m. And I have pictures of this one. So I'm going to read through this. Looks like I'm making good enough time on this that we'll get the pictures today. I thought I might have to put them off till tomorrow. For Kilo, phone and remote FaceTime support attempting to fix access to Konica copier. Unsuccessful. On-site service needed ASAP due to workload. So then the next time slip, these are both Friday, July 16th. That first phone work and FaceTime was 35 minutes. Then on-site was 45 minutes. 9:55 a.m. to 10:40 a.m. on-site service to fix copier determined. No, you know what? I'm not going to read that. I'm just going to go to the pictures. So let's see. Am I really ready to do the pictures? Not that one. I'm going to pause the video. That's unpausing the video. I'm showing these pictures on my computer number 2. And these pictures are in the order that I actually took them. So here's the Ethernet cable coming out. You can see there's something wrong with that jack there. We'll see another picture. When I was working with her over the phone and FaceTime, I had her follow this wire to try to see if it's actually connected to the copy machine. And here's the panel in the copy machine where here's the Ethernet wire that I just showed you coming up here. So when I asked her to check to see if that's plugged in, I told her I was describing the RJ45 connector that she should disconnect and reconnect. She followed this wire all the way up here to the top, and coming to this next video or in this next photo, she's looking up here and she says, "No, I don't see any place it plugs in. It just seems to go into the machine." Well, she was holding her phone with FaceTime, showing me all this. But she's not a camera person, so it's kind of shaky, right? So I didn't realize that this Ethernet cable plugs into the Ethernet port right here. This is actually a USB cable going up to the scanner mechanism. So we were totally wrong there. So I wanted to know from her, is the light on for the Ethernet cable, and is it plugged in, disconnected, and reconnected? If we had got that correct, we might have been able to solve this over the phone. But this is before I fixed the problem. You can see there the Ethernet light is not on. And then going forward in the pictures, another thing that I tried to do with her over FaceTime was to find a report to print from the machine, from the copier, to figure out if it's online with an IP address, whether it reports that it's connected to internet. And I couldn't find the right buttons to take her through to get there. Even when I was there in person, I didn't quite find the right report. So there's just 2 different views of the way. All of these copy machines have different setup of panels. And if I were to really study the different brands, I might be able to be quicker about that. But I usually muddle my way through and find the solution that I need. Moving on, here's that Ethernet wall jack that I said there's something wrong with it, and we'll get a better picture of that later on, but you can tell that that's not right. And then here's under her desk. Now, when I came into the office, there were some boxes under here, so I couldn't see this area very well. And then coming here, here's looking underneath the desk, and this is the network equipment back behind there. Here's a wall outlet that goes to their various different internal offices. These Ethernet cords come together to connect to this Ethernet switch here. Some of you have an idea what's going on right now. This mess, hairy mess here is the phone systems. So I had nothing to do with that. Let's see if I zoom in here a little bit. You can see there's all kind of wonky stubs here, but they do actually have connectors there. So that's phones going in, and then they connect to the phone wires here. So this is kind of the reality of the way it is in small offices is we get kind of some messy configurations. This is their internet, their Comcast internet router here. So then the electrical, okay, let's go on to another picture. Let's see, let's get this thing to advance. It's probably not advancing because I'm zoomed in. There. Okay, so that's that switch closer up. You've got to recognize something wrong with that. And there's the problem. There's the total source of the problem. This is that power strip that's under her desk. And we could have easily caught that over phone and FaceTime, but there was a bunch of boxes here. You connect, well, that's the plastic mat. I was thinking that's an outline of where the boxes were, but it's not. So then once we plug that in, here's the light showing on the Ethernet connection on the copy machine. And then this, I just unscrewed this wall jack, the wall plate, and there's this clip right here. So I just pushed this whole connector into this plastic slot here on the wall jack, and it snaps into place with that little lip of that plastic there, and then it comes back to a good normal connection. So that's all of those pictures, and let's see, oh good, just under 12 minutes. Was there anything I want to talk about at the end? Oh, well, I was contemplating that I might do another video on Jim Browning. I have learned some extra things about what went on, and I think enough to give kind of a deep dive deconstruction of what happened. Jim has promised that he'll make a video of how this happened, but I suspect his video will be from his side of it because he has said that he recorded it. So I oftentimes will have my interactions or my work recording when I have no intention of making a video out of it. So I suspect that's what he did. He recorded the process, maybe so he could go back and review what was happening for his own purposes. So his video may be along those lines. So I'm undecided. I might. Today's Grandpa Day. I'm going to be spending some time with my grandson there. He's 8 now. My daughter Christy, she has one of the silver linings out of COVID. She has opened a business. She rented a retail space that was unoccupied in a corner mall in a nice part of town, and she's opened a business of providing support for remote schooling. So people can pay her to have their child stay with her through the day, and she supervises their remote learning through whatever online school system that they have available, or Christy has one that she has registered for so she can guide kids through school. So she's turning into a business out of this. But in order to do that, she had to get some credentials. So she did a full college load. She's well beyond college age, but she went back to college for summer school, taking a really heavy load. And she said, Dad, next week's finals week. Can you spend some time with Braden so I can study? So that's what we're going to do today. So that's going to take priority over making another video. So I hope this has been useful. Have a great day. Catch you later. Goodbye.